Alright guys, Flash versus Brave. Flash, green Terran, 9 o'clock position on the map. Brave, orange Protoss, 3 o'clock position on the map. And wow, this is the first time I've ever commentated on a game by Flash. By.flash being his clan. And Brave is a player that I don't know too much about, but I do know this is from the Seabox Clan League. Yeah, I'm pretty sure of it. Map Python, if I didn't say already. And wow, just this weekend, Flash is going to be playing against Jadong in the GomTV finals. And as I said, I haven't commentated on a Flash game before. And let me just say something about Flash for those of you who don't know too much about the Korean pro scene. Flash has probably been the #1 player of the year. Basically, he's a absolute monster of a Terran player. There was that period of time which sticks out in everybody's minds where he beat Stork to win the OSL. He also beat Jadong to win the GomTV Star Invitational. Or, no, wait. He beat Jadong in that tournament, but then he went on to beat Stork in the actual final. And he nearly won the MSL. In fact, Jadong beat him in early rounds of the MSL. But everybody knew that because Jadong lost to Flash in the 2 other tournaments, that if Jadong hadn't beaten Flash in that particular MSL, Flash would have just secured 3 Star League finals simultaneously like that. I mean, he was absolutely amazing, and he just went on to dominate players after that. He must have gone like 20 losses with only 20 wins with only a few losses. But then more recently, as we've been seeing from a lot of these top-tier players, he went into a bit of a slump and had been losing games just at random to worse players. And this most recent MSL, he got beaten by 4GG. So there you have it. But again, he's coming up against Jadong in the new GomTV tournament this weekend, and it's going to be an absolute cracker of a best-of-5 series because everybody knows what rivals these guys are. And I just want to pay a bit of a tribute to Flash by commentating on a game totally unrelated to any of these tournaments, by the way, against a player that I don't know too much about, but still, it's on a familiar map. It's on Python. And here we go already. So let me just start talking about the game now that they've started getting their build loaders into the way. Brave has scouted scouted the 6 o'clock, as you guys have seen, and he's built a single zealot heading across to the 9 o'clock because he knows where Flash is now. Flash getting his first marine up. Flash is scouted late, but he has secured a very strong economy going into this. No gaps in his SFV production. He's getting his marines out pronto at this point, and it'll just remain to be seen whether this zealot can inflict any serious damage. And I doubt that it will be able to, given Flash's good micro. He's a solid enough player not to really. Well, we'll see how it goes. Here comes the Zealot. Let's just talk about this. Zealot setting up the ramp. Marine spots it. Flash knows what's going on. Immediately takes off. 2 SCVs heading over to the Zealot. The Zealot trying to target that single SCV building, the factory. And Marine taking a hit. So, again another hit. Marine's trapped by the SCVs returning gas and it's been taken out. So that's unfortunate. Flash now has 2 Marines in reserve and is trying to get rid of the Zealot before it does any more damage, and microing away 1 Marine, and the Marine getting taken out by the probe, the 2nd Marine taking out the probe itself though, and Flash trying to get into Brave's space, but he's used that 2nd Zealot to block the entrance instead of going in and harassing, so Flash may suspect at this point that Brave is going for a quick DT rush or a Reaver drop. Neither of those are in fact the case. Brave going for Dragoon range, and will probably be pushing out and expanding fairly quickly, is my guess. Robotics facility, so that could in fact be fast Reavers after all. We'll see how this goes. And 2nd Marine over there, 2nd SCV over there for Flash. It looks like he's probably getting that in position to try and scout Brave after he moves out, after Brave moves out, that is. And Flash still looking to put in the standard FD timing push here with the 4 Marines. He's probably going to be backing this up with a tank and heading out shortly. Indeed got mines being upgraded, and there's that Vulture being produced, so it does look like Flash is indeed going to be doing that. Taking a look back at Brave's space, his Dragoon range, 3/4 of the way done, nearly finished his robotics facility. There's Flash's small group of 4 Marines and a tank. He's got that Vulture in support now, so time to move out. single probe heading across the map just to see what Flash is up to. Flash getting rid of that, but of course Brave knows what's coming. Brave's not going to move his forces out of the way, and there's the SCV just to check to see whether Brave has in fact moved out, and that SCV would have had an opportunity to rush into Brave space to see what he was in fact doing. And observatory first before anything else, so he's Brave really is expecting to be contained by mines like Flash is actually doing here, and this is probably fairly good for Brave. He sees those mines, he's not stupid enough to run into them, so Brave playing fairly cautiously here. He knows that Flash is probably the superior player in terms of everything else, macro management, mechanics, you name it, and he wants to play cautiously here, and he probably has some plan prepared for the mid game which he can put into effect and try to gain an advantage over Flash that way. But Flash got these two vultures heading around, just looking to snipe any probes that leave Brave space. Brave has now got an observer up, so he's getting rid of those mines. He'll be able to push over the map and put some pressure on Flash. So this is a standard thing for Protoss to do. Good position here from Brave. Both players have got their expansions up relatively quickly, so the game appears to be in a little bit of a deadlock at this point. There's the robotic support base. So, Vulture's heading straight into Brave's base. They're going to see that robotic support bay, so Flash will know what's coming, and that will really assist him in making some economic countermeasures. But uncharacteristically bad micromanagement there by Flash, losing both of his Vultures, and he could have inflicted a lot more damage if he hadn't just had them just run into a stop there. And Marines, tanks trying to defend here. SCV is being pulled off the line. Tanks being sieged up. It's good that he had siege mode research there. Wouldn't have wanted to have left it much later than that, because with those 4 Dragoons, potentially that could have been disastrous for Flash, with Brave putting a lot of pressure on. Let's have a look at what's going over at Brave space. Shuttle picking up a single probe before the Reaver is created, of course, and heading up to the top right of the map to lay down a island expansion. Good move if you're going Reavers, but I think I can. Oh, and starport going down, by the way. It looks like Flash is really anticipating this because of the map, and because he knows that Brave is going for Reavers. He's expecting him to combine that with an island expansion. And oh my god, the barracks floating over. Flash totally anticipating this. He's moving the barracks over, and if he's lucky, he'll get that barracks landed in place of where the Nexus is going to go down. And that'll prevent Brave from actually getting his expansion at the time he wants to, and even forcing him to move units in. And yeah, Brave sees this. Brave sees the barracks, and Flash moving the barracks into land. Brave bringing the probe underneath the barracks to stop it from landing, but the barracks lands somewhere else anyway, producing a Marine, and that's going to be able to kill a probe. So Brave is having to move over here with the shuttle, and this is crucially delaying the amount of time that it will take for Brave to actually move his shuttle and shuttle load over to Flash's base and put some harassment on it. This is great stuff. Brave picking up his 2 Zealots and Reaver, and he's leaving that Dragoon behind to take care of the barracks. Expansion going down now, but Flash has ample time here to actually prepare for a Reaver harassment, as well as think of a plan to deal with that island expansion. He's got that starport, so that starport is going to be it. That's what Flash is going to be able to use to counter this general plan of Braves. And Citadel of Dawn going down now, so we can expect some Zealots leg speed to be upgraded later on, maybe even heading towards Arbiter Tech or something